Sorry about that abrupt ending in the middle of my video here. My sodden battery ran out, and the batteries I'm using on this camera are supposed to be 1300 mAh, which is supposed to last for a few hours, I think. But I'm sure that battery's only lasted, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so. But then again, I didn't charge it as soon as when it turned up in the post. I just took it out of the envelope and put it straight in the camera. So maybe it wasn't fully charged, I'm not sure. But I still get the feeling that I've possibly been ripped off with a battery that isn't really 1300 mAh, and they've just put a sticker on saying it is. But I'll sort that out later. Test it. I've put a new battery in, the same type, but I've fully charged it, so let's see how long this one lasts. Anyway, oops. I'm always dropping things when I make these videos, tell you. I've got dropsy. Right, back to the thing I was originally talking about, which is the RT EVP Recorder. This is it here. It's very small and slimline, but to be honest, so far I'm not really very happy with it, to be honest. It's extremely fiddly to use. I had to use a torch to read the screen. It's tiny, and the sort of words and stuff on the screen are very faint against the background of the LCD display. You know, they're not very, they don't stand out too well. I must admit I haven't got the best eyesight in the world by any means, but very hard to read. And this is not straightforward to use. Setting it up was a total bitch, to be honest. I was reading the instructions for ages. There's the buttons, apart from record, enter and all that, and menu and delete, they all do what they say on them. But the trouble is, all them buttons all them buttons also double up to become buttons for other things. There's where it gets ultra complicated. So you have to remember to hold, say, enter for 3 seconds to turn it off. What is it? 1 second for something else. Hold the record button for 1 second for one thing, 2 seconds for something else, 3 seconds, and so on. It's a nightmare. I prefer things where it says, right, play, that plays the video or the audio, rewind, that rewinds it. You know, all that. I like buttons to do what they say they do. Not one button that says play, flush the toilet, shuts the door, takes the dog for a walk. I don't like buttons that do several things but they just say one thing on them. It does my head in. You have to become like Memory Man to operate this thing. And you have to have, if you haven't got very good eyesight, you need a magnifying glass and a torch. Yeah, got to have them things handy all the time. Not exactly ideal for something that you're probably going to be walking around in the dark with most of the time. You know what I mean? Anyway, I did hear a couple of things when I was out in the garden. I heard something go, and it wasn't a cuckoo, before you say anything. We don't have cuckoos around here. Or a pigeon. It wasn't a pigeon, it was nearly 3 o'clock in the morning, and no, I don't think it was a pigeon. It sounded like someone making a funny noise. Don't know what it was though, because it wasn't really loud enough for us to tell. And the other thing was, I noticed there was a pair of gloves on the ground. Some had been left, and I says, oh, there's a pair of hands on the ground, and something went or something like but it wasn't very loud, and I couldn't say who it was, because I have been communicating with a girl in the garden who sometimes actually speaks out loud. I heard her last night. She said something out loud, and it was foggy last night, as it is tonight as well. And I thought the fog might have dampened the activity a bit, which I think it did in a way, because the EVPs I got on my video last night seemed a bit more faint than usual for the most part. But I still managed to hear her speak out loud, but I didn't make out what she said at the time. But when I played my recording back, I could tell what she said. So, and it was in response to what I had just said actually, and it was totally a reply to what I just said. But this thing, however, I didn't catch her saying anything that I know of. I didn't hear anything. So maybe this thing is maybe it you know, it promises more than what it can deliver. Maybe it's overrated. So what I'd like to know is, if you've got one of these, the RT EVP recorder, are you happy with it? Have you managed to record anything decent with it? Is it better than just using a regular voice recorder or any other recording device? Or do you think it's actually worse? Maybe it picks up less things. Because I've only used it once and I picked up very little. So if you could get in touch and let me know your experience with this thing, and do you think it's any good, and do you like it? Because I read nothing but positive reviews before I bought this, and watched positive reviews on videos on here about it. So needless to say, when I got this, I was a bit disappointed, considering it doesn't seem to live up to what people have been saying about it. Anyway, thanks for watching once again, and sorry about this video being in 2 bits, but I wanted to get it uploaded quick to see if I could get any feedback about this thing and people's opinions with it. And I didn't want to be editing it this time of night, so I'm pretty tired actually. So anyway, just get back to us with your experiences with this recorder. Okay, thanks for watching, and bye for now.